Pachmarhi, like a lot of central India, has a dry, deciduous jungle. And there's something very lovely about deciduous jungles because they're always changing. The seasons are very marked. And in each season, there's something special to look at. There's the new leaves that start towards the end of March and early April. There's the flowering that begins at about the same time. There's the fruiting that succeeds it. The monsoon is wonderful. But apart from the characteristics that are common to dry deciduous jungles, Pachmarhi is also higher. And some of the most beautiful hill systems that I know of is the Satpura Hills. Towards the Satpuras, and you just see range upon range upon range of these wonderful sandstone hills that are part of the Gondwana sandstone formations, very, very ancient, formed in fresh water. And because sandstone is so soft, it gets eroded very quickly. And that's why the sandstone formations you see are very dramatic. They're very, sharply delineated. It's very, I love Pachmarhi for its landscapes. I've walked in a lot of jungles. I've traveled a lot in the whole of central India. I don't think that there's anything to compare with the richness of the jungles that you see in this part of the Satpura National Park. It's a big park, but this bit, the bit that's up near Pachmarhi, the bit that falls down from the plateau, and the bit that goes up to Dhupgarh and then behind Dhupgarh is by far the richest and the most beautiful.
Nice to meet you, Payal. Hi, Utkarsh. Nice to meet you. I'm Raghuvi. Hi, Raghuvi. Very nice to meet you.
Hello, Uncle. Good to see you.
Hello, I'm Arif.
You are Arif,
Yes, sir.
right? Nice.
And without moving my head or my eyes, I will place the binoculars in the line of vision, and with the finger here, I will focus. Were you able to focus? Can you see the red
Yes, sir.
fruit?
Was children just taking their first baby steps in learning how to look, learning how to see. And with Harsha and Payal's help, it could be the beginning, a foundational beginning of some of them becoming really comfortable in true wilderness and enjoying it immensely.
Because we can see that there is some
It's called a burl. A tree will sometimes think that is boring into the bark. In a burl, the grains are all swirly, like that. And people cut these burls and they make tables with them with lovely swirly grain in them. Right? And people go, wow, this is amazing. This is like as if an artist has drawn this whole thing. Have become some of the most expensive woods that you can buy anywhere in the world.
If you collect samples which have a story, like an eaten fruit, it's even better. Because then you're not just showing what is in the forest, you're also showing the activities that are happening in the forest. We will find a way how to place it on your chart paper museum and all of that later.
moth here.
One of the activities, we asked them to collect little specimens from two different habitats. Specimens which didn't involve any plucking, but basically collect things that had fallen down, fruits eaten by animals, tendrils of a climber and whatnot, dead mushrooms.
Bark.
Our goal was to make them, to teach them how to see and interact with nature, to listen to the forest, to think about what they are seeing, and also have a lot of fun. So, while they are in the wild.
You see, every place is dark, right? But this place, it must have done little potty, or defecation, what we call, or little bit of urine and scrape. When it does this, the scent mark of that leopard remains. for a long time. Leopard is telling the another leopard, "Hey, mera area." In the smell, when the another leopard comes here, it can smell and it can make out this mark is done by a male leopard or a female leopard. Oh, look what Nishikanti got it.
Wow!
It's like an alien we saw in movies.
Yeah, no? Exactly. Why has it become such a statue right now?
That it
Because it thinks it can camouflage.
Yeah. I cannot see it clearly right now. Would anyone
We think being present and appreciating what's in the front
Correct.
and to bring out a very interesting story around it instead of facts or just throwing the names. That worked well, and the story made it different, and imagination, trying to think how it could be and make it more fascinating.
Tira karenge, okay.
Yeah, it's dead. Dry and dead.
Ficus capulata. And it's very rare. It's not found outside Madhya Pradesh. But look what it's done. It's where is the trunk coming from?
so from the
It's coming from a place
Below the rock.
inside. This doesn't really have the ability to grow a strong trunk. So it's using the rock to actually be able to hold up.
How can this grow inside this without any water?
So that's what, there is water and we can't see it.
There
So
is.
whenever there is this small fine crack, Raghuveer, the water that goes in during the monsoon will be collected there and it won't dry up for a long time because there's no sunshine reaching there.
Wow.
Understood? That's
it
why
can contain
plants love to grow on cracks. You don't see them growing on the surface, no?
Come one by one, don't come all together.
All the cacti in the world, every single species of cactus, all 700, all come from the Americas. So a euphorbia, just like a cactus, is able to store water in its tissues. Do cacti have leaves?
No, sir.
Yeah, these ones do. They usually have leaves for a very short time of the year, immediately just when the rainy season is happening, and then they drop their leaves. Some of them don't have leaves at all. This one actually does. So this is a euphorbia, and you've heard of evolution, you've heard of how slowly things change and new species are made. So the cacti and the euphorbias found similar paths of surviving in very dry environments. Do you understand?
So
The path they found was to grow fleshy, what's called succulent stems. Do you understand succulent? What is succulent? Pulpy, full of water, full of moisture, right? To grow succulent stems that store water so that even in the dry season, there's enough moisture for the plant to survive.
सीक्रेट गार्डन, ये बरगद का पेड़, पीपल का पेड़ में फूल बाहर नहीं होता है, इसके अंदर ही होता है। वन इंसेक्ट, एक ही कीड़ा उसके अंदर जा सकता है, वो है फिग वॉस्प। फ्लावर्स में भी मेल फ्लावर होता है और फीमेल फ्लावर्स होते हैं। जब ये वॉस्प आता है पोलन ग्रेन लेके और प्रेग्नेंट होके, सिर्फ अंदर भी only the female flowers are open, and the male wasp will never leave the fruit. The male wasp job is to mate with the female, make a hole for the female to fly, and they die inside.
All the different kinds of leaves. So when you see a leaf, it's like a matching game. You look at the leaf, you look at the book. Oh, is it a simple leaf or a compound leaf? Oh no, it's simple leaf. Then you go to the page number it tells
So
you.
this is Pimpri.
Where's
Pimpri.
3, 4,
So that's about 10 centimeters.
10 centimeters. Kirvara is found in both dry and moist forest of the Indian subcontinent in annual rainfall range of 75 to 200 centimeters. Jhagadua.
Jagadua.
Jhagadua.
What does Jagadua mean?
Something like that.
Ladna, Jagadna.
Yes.
ऐसे पॉइंट हमारे लिए बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट होते हैं जंगल के अंदर में नोट करने के लिए कि वहाँ पर क्या मूवमेंट है। तो ये भी एक दूसरा पॉइंट है कि यहाँ पर बाइसन अवेलेबल है। ये रहता है कि सींग के बैक पार्ट है, ये वाला कान का हिस्सा ना पिछला वाला, ऐसे करके खुजली मिटानी होगी उसको। और जैसे यहाँ का आगे का है तो आगे का वो इस तरीके से करेगा। ये
Are you all paying attention?
Yes.
We're going to play a quiz game.
Can you tell me what is pollination and what is fertilization?
It's a process by which pollen grains of one flower reach the other flower. The pollen grains from the anther reach the stigma of another flower, and fertilization is the process of the formation of zygote.
Correct.
Good, very good.
The hair that is found in this part of the world tends to eat vegetable matter like herbs, grasses, things like that. And then it poops it out and then it eats it again.
Yes.
Poops it out again. True or false?
Yes, true. Hare eats the grasses, but its stomach is not powerful that much that it could digest it in a single time. So what it does, it eats it again, its poop, and digest it and poop it again.
Yes, correct. Well done. We're in a riparian area or a riparian zone, all right? So it's a different ecology, different kind of place. What do you see when you look around at all these rocks? It's the tumbling of the rocks. It's the tucker that the rock is making with other rocks because of the force of the wave, which is the most interesting rock that you can find, and whether it's found to be interesting or not, Payal will decide. So take it to Payal as a team.
Anything in geology is over large periods of time, right? So here, for example, the central part must have crystallized first, and around it slowly, layer by layer, the rest of the crystal, the minerals have crystallized. Look here.
Its beak is black from front and little bit red.
Correct. Apart from the claw mark and the three lobes, what else can you see the difference between dog family footprint and cat family footprint?
The pads of a dog families are small and the cat family have big pads.
Children reacted differently to different activities. They, sort of were able to pay attention to some things and not pay attention to the others. But overall, they really got into it, we think. And that was a lot of fun.
Then what you have to do is you have to say, crocodile sir or crocodile madam.
Wow.
I would think Eventful was where they got involved a lot in the activities. So our great friend Pradeep Kishan gave an idea. Yes, can you all come together and put up a play how a cat would hunt?
Tiger must be coming.
Based on that, they made a small acting, and I think they involved in that and they learned while doing this. I think that was quite eventful.
What we saw over the last 5 days, I mean, it was difficult. It was difficult to get them to focus on things. Sometimes it was difficult to get them to all pay attention. They were probably a little overwhelmed. There was probably a sense of, oh my God, there's all these people around us who we interact with all the time. But the idea that they could have fun, understanding something, play games with them, make sense of things, see relationships, see connections, I think that is something that they could hold in their heads for a long time.
Is to be out and about.
But mom, we have seen
during the entire 5 days,
That was bigger.
the enthusiasm for everything, and they put together a museum, which was just the most beautiful representation of the habitat where they had been. Whether it was dried poop or a beautiful flower or a huge buttress of a tree, it was equal. We shared that enthusiasm and they responded equally. So I think that was a big hit.
So I have brought 9 students and 2 teachers along with me. We explored flora and fauna and different kind of animals they have observed over there, and it was quite interesting experience for my kids and for me also.
मैं पहले भी पचमढ़ी आया था 6th क्लास में, पर मैं इतना ग्रीनरी डिस्कवर नहीं किया था. जब मैं आया मैं बोला वाह, इससे ज़्यादा मैंने आज तक देखा नहीं. यहाँ पर मशरूम्स ग्रो कर रहे हैं. मुझे लगता था कि ये सब बहुत मुश्किल से खेती में होता होगा. लिटरल एक ट्री उग रहा है एक रॉक पे. मैं एक खुद फोटोग्राफर हूँ, पर मुझे तो इतना मज़ा आया यहाँ पे फोटोग्राफी करके और घूम के. यहाँ पे बहुत एडवेंचरस है और यहाँ पर सब चीज़ ऑर्गेनाइज्ड है.
Like it was such a beautiful days. We spent 5 days in Pachmarhi. Like we have learned a lot of things. Different types of habitat, the river habitat, the jungle habitats. We saw a lot of birds. Like we found a dead serpent and eagle on the near a beach, and it was like such a big wingspan and everything.
These trips hold huge importance because everything in nature is connected through a chain, and if we break this chain, then many other things will also fall. We can think about new solutions to the existing problems that exist within the whole climate crisis. For example, right now, like cut it down, or should we use its resources for development, or should we just protect and preserve that natural environment?
I think that these immersing and fun trips should be implemented in every Indian schools, because nature is what gives us life. These trips help children to get awareness, help the new generation to get awareness that how to preserve nature, how to rejuvenate the nature and live happily.